So the Tinyhawk airframe is a great airframe, but it comes with nylon standoffs and spacers and actually plastic nuts as well. So we're going to look at the kit today that you can use to upgrade that kit. It's on our website, Micron Wing's website. So here's the kit here. It's basically just a bag of parts, and what we've got here, look at it. So what we've got is we've got alloy parts and brass parts. For example, let's have a look at this if we can see. Okay, we've got alloy standoffs. Okay, these are alloy standoffs for the main frame. We've got brass standoffs that replace the plastic ones for the all-in-one board. And we've got actual steel nuts here as well. So we're going to do a little bit of a test. We're going to upgrade this airframe and we're going to have a look at the weight. Okay, so what do we start off at? The standard airframe. We'll just put this here, if we can see that. Okay, 56 grams. So that's what we start off with. I'll write it down. Okay, so 56 grams for the basic airframe, standard, with the nylon standoffs. And we're just going to upgrade it and see how much it weighs. Okay, so there's the frame partly disassembled. So we've taken off all of the nylon parts, the nylon standoffs and everything like this, especially these ones here. They're used to hold the all-in-one board, so these type here. And also you might notice I've taken off two of the motors as well. And taking off two of the motors just allows us to lift the board over, and just be very careful that you don't move these connections too much where the motors are connected to the board. Just gently lay that over there so you can access the bottom of the board and screw your parts in here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to replace the nylon standoffs with these. These are alloy. Okay, so the replacement ones are alloy, so we're going to screw metal into alloy instead of metal into nylon, which can strip. So using the alloy ones, we can tighten things up a lot more, and also we can use Loctite, because it's metal on alloy or metal on brass for the standoffs like this. Okay, we can use Loctite on those, and when it comes to undoing it again, we can just break that seal in the Loctite and undo them, which is something you can't do with the nylon. Okay, so the next part, I'm just going to put this together. I'll fast forward through the bits where I'm doing the screws up, but I'll stop from time to time and show you the process as we build it up. Okay, let's start. Okay, so the first thing you can see is we've used the longer screws here, and these screws go all the way through, and we've got 3mm brass standoffs here. Okay, so the brass standoffs, the advantage is, of course, you can put Loctite on them. You can use a pair of pliers to hold them and tighten them up really tight, so this becomes very solid here. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to put some of these spacers. Okay, so these red spacers These are just like washers, spacer washers, and these just distribute the force on the rubber grommets. So instead of being force in the middle, because these are quite a small diameter, it just spreads the force over the whole of the bottom, and it just makes them squash out and sort of fill up this hole in the circuit board a lot better. So they go on there. After that, the circuit board just comes straight over and on top again. Okay, so that's how it sits there. Okay, we've then got the metal screws. Okay, so the metal nuts, sorry. So you can see them there. We've got the metal nuts, and we're just going to put those on and don't tighten them down too much. Okay, just enough. Okay, so with the motors on there now, we can now put in our alloy standoffs, and we've got longer screws to go in those as well. So these screws here, these are in the kit. Okay, so there we go. That's the airframe. I haven't actually screwed the propellers on, but that's okay. So basically we've got the alloy standoffs. Okay, the alloy standoffs for the frame. We've got the brass standoffs. Put it down here. We've got the brass standoffs here for the all-in-one circuit board. Alloy standoffs for the frame. Okay, and we're just going to weigh it again. And also, of course, we're using the metal nuts instead of the plastic, the nylon nuts. So let's have a look at this. Okay, so all in comes at 58 grams. So there we go. So it adds about 2 grams to the weight, but actually makes the airframe much stronger. There we go.